now that I have all of my objects, or my two objects, isolated out, I'm going to come back to my one image that has the background and go to File and Place Linked. And that's going to then allow me to select the bush and then cat. And right now I can only select one at a time, and that's okay. I can do place and hit enter. Or if I was inside my folder here and I go to my Photoshop tutorials and go to my assets folder, I can see bush, and say I want to bring in two at the same time, I can hold down Control or Command, select these two, and drag and drop them in. And the same thing will happen. You'll see that they are brought in as either links or they're brought in as smart objects. And smart objects are very similar to linked objects. They are non-destructively edited images. So I'm going to Control Z, and again, I'm going to bring in my file, place linked, and bring in that bush, like so, and hit enter to place it. Now, for compositing, I'm going to want to think about how do I want my structure of my image to look. So maybe I do want my cat to be, large inside this image. Maybe it does take up this whole sort of beach space right here. And I hit enter to place it. And maybe there are a couple bushes. So I've got one bush here. And if I want to duplicate it, I can do Command or Control J when I'm selected on my layer, and you'll see it's created a copy. Or I can hold down Alt and drag it over, and Alt or Option, just like how we would in Photoshop, or just how we would in Illustrator. So then I can make a whole sort of barrier going around it. So it almost starts to look like cabbage or something, or some broccoli. Does not look like cabbage. And so I've slowly started to composite this together. Next week, we're going to look at how to work with blending modes and adjustment layers to work on the color. But for right now, this is something that totally works in terms of just getting our images to work together by placing objects in the same scene.